And Dr. Jen is here answering one of your medical questions. Here it is. What can I do to manage pain and stiffness from bone spurs? And that question comes from Philomena R.
Right, very common problem. These are basically little deposits of bone that usually accompany the diagnosis of osteoarthritis. So more common in joints, particularly common in the joints of the foot. And obviously they can be very, very painful. So there's a long list of treatment options that range from over-the-counter pain medications to the standard rest ice compression elevation, which orthopedic surgeons and podiatrists use all the time in pain management, changing your shoes or your footwear. And in some cases, a cortisone or steroid injection or surgery may be required, but they're very, very common. They don't all cause a lot of problems, but some of them definitely can.
All right, doctor, we are ready for your prescription for wellness. What you got for us?
All right, we're going to stay on the topic of bone health and go over some of the signs and symptoms of osteoporosis, which we know affects men and women. So number one, losing an inch or more off your height. It's not in your head. That can be a sign of osteoporosis. A change in your posture is another big one. If that is severe, you can have accompanying shortness of breath. And then lastly, pain or discomfort in the lower back. But I also want to be clear, osteoporosis is so common, you can have no symptoms at all, or the first presenting sign or symptom could be a fracture. So bone health always should be top of mind in terms of importance.
I love when you talk about posture. My dear friend over there sits straight up.
Me too.
Gotta do it.
I'm working on it.
All right, Doc, thank you very much.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.